Oh, hello, Carlos. How are you?
Well, thank you for inviting me here today.
Yeah, thank you for coming. So today we have an interview with our mentor, Carlos. And my name is Valeria. I'm the head of the International Mentoring Program. And this is a series of videos about our mentors. So let's start. Tell us a bit about yourself, please.
So I studied my bachelor's in psychology in Spain several years ago. Then I moved to Madrid. Later I lived in Iceland for a year and a half. And after that I came here to Russia to study my master in cognitive science. And then I follow up with the PhD, also in cognitive science, that I'm finishing now.
And when did you graduate from the master's program?
In 2020.
Oh, quite long ago. Okay, did you enjoy your studies?
Yeah, indeed.
Indeed. Okay. So you mentioned that you are finishing your PhD studies now. So can you explain in simple terms what do? What do you study?
Study motor control, more specifically mirror neurons. Those are some neurons that are in different parts of the brain, but I focus on the motor part. So, for example, if I do a movement with my hand, your motor cortex activates if you were doing the same movement. So in more other areas at cognitive level, it helps us to understand other person's intentions and also for the social interaction, among other things. That's why, for example, it's known that people that suffer autism has malfunction in this kind of neurons, and is, at least so far, we believe that is the main reason of their difficulties for social interaction and understanding other intentions.
Well, that's an interesting fact, thank you. And I have another question for another fact, maybe something that can be useful for everyone, something from your area of expertise.
So, for example, with the research I'm doing now, is more oriented for properly research, more basic, but findings that I got in my research could be applied for rehabilitation therapies, and like people with strokes or some other neurological damage in motor areas, to try to improve and give them the most optimal rehabilitation techniques to help them the best that we can.
Yeah, at least in cognitive science, you might have a special perspective on the world, how you see it. Is it somehow affect your daily life?
Yeah, maybe on the way of thinking or seeing things. From time to time it can pop in my mind when I'm talking with friends or see some scene on the street, other people about, and I realize how this person reacts, or something connected with what I'm talking with friends and so on. I think about how this process is happening and why. Maybe later I will do some research if we know already, or it would be something open to research. So yeah, it can filter a bit, like also in general how people act sometimes. So, despite it's out of my topic, but more related with social psychology, when you see people doing things or more group dynamics or these things, is, you know, I get curious about this.
And can you say that you're like more reflective person than an average one? Like you reflect a lot about situations?
Not sure if more than average, but this is more simply that it just, the curiosity pops in my mind when I see something, and I don't know, it came the idea to me about this.
We're filming for the channel that celebrates global network. We know you have a huge experience in building your career abroad. So do you have any ongoing international projects now?
Right now, for my main topic of my thesis, we're collaborating with Brian Poppa, that is a researcher that is based right now in Switzerland, the specialist also in motor control and non-invasive stimulation. So we are working with him outside, that's all, but in our team, for example, we have had previous years and right now postdocs from other countries like Serbia, and we have a lot of master students from different places like India, Africa, different countries in Africa and so on.
Can you share some results of your work, of your projects that you are proud of? Something that you didn't mention before.
Yeah. Something we found in my main experiment is that so far what I was talking about, these mirror neurons that activate, previous literature always related to excitation of the representation of the muscles. So motor cortex, each area is responsible for different muscles and has been related to this. And what we found, well, first we designed a type of presentation with some timing of stimulation that nobody did before, and we found that is more optimal than what was so far in literature. And also, and the main finding was that mirror neurons response is not only based on excitation of the muscles involved in an action, but is mostly based on inhibition of non-related muscles. That this is the same that happens in our motor cortex when we intentionally do an action. So if I want to grab a cup, some muscles activate for this, but also the muscles non-related get inhibited, so we have control over the movement. Despite someone would think that there is a direct correlation of executing a movement and how our brain processes when we see it, nobody has reported it before, so it's quite novel and interesting finding.
Yeah, that's nice. Congratulations on that. Okay. Let's dive more into your traveling experience. Can you tell about places where you have lived?
So I'm from Galicia. This is a region in the northwest of Spain. I lived there my childhood, I studied my bachelor. Later I moved on to Madrid for 2.5 years. After this I went to Iceland, 1.5 years. First I worked there as a volunteer in an NGO that works mostly with environmental stuff, cleaning beaches, helping to maintain hiking paths or natural areas, also some social activities like preparing main festival of places there, of small villages. Then I was working for some time, and after that I came here to Russia for my master's and later my PhD studies.
Imagine you've never had this part of your life and stayed in your home country, Spain, and in that scenario, what do you think you would gain and lose?
So, well, first of all, the most obvious, being close to family and friends, because it's something that when you live abroad, even if you are not that far, but of course it's not the same that being close by. I don't know, I might have had other opportunities, I can't tell what I have lost, but for sure I would have lost all the experiences. If I have stayed there, I would have lost all the experiences of living abroad, getting deep into different cultures, like in Iceland, here in Russia, all the people I've met, especially there in Iceland, in this NGO, were coming people from all around the world. Also here, during my master's, colleagues, people from the dorm, and later on the PhD, the students I've been supervising or working with from all around the world, from Asia, Africa, America, other places of Europe, and this is a great experience that I'm very happy I have the chance to live, so it would be a big loss.
You've chosen Russia for the second time now. What influenced your decision?
Well, after my 2 years of master, I really like it here in Moscow. It's a really great city to live. Also, I had the same supervisor in the master and in the PhD, so I really like him. And also our facilities, especially our labs, that at least for my field, we have really amazing labs with some high quality equipment and so that are very difficult to find in other places. So it was a really great opportunity for me to stay here and have the opportunity to work with this. Also the atmosphere in the laboratory, the colleagues was very welcome.
Okay. Our freshmen might feel lonely at the beginning and when they just come here. And based on your experience, can you share some advice on how to manage homesickness?
Well, it can be difficult depending on the person. For me, I actually like this situation at the beginning when you are discovering a new place and have to find your way. It's kind of exciting and interesting, so that's why I don't suffer that much of this. But for sure, the best way is getting to know people. When I was in my master the first year, I was living in the dorm, and there I met other Spanish people, Latin America, and we had a bigger group with people from India, Ghana, some Russian people, and this for sure helped a lot, having like a group that you are part of and you have friends to support each other, and so I would say this is the main resource and the most useful, I believe, having someone, especially if you are in the same situation, that you can help each other and understand each other.
Yeah, this is a proven strategy on how to handle homesickness. And did you have someone on whom you can rely?
So at the very beginning, I requested to enter a program of HSE that is like was called something like HSE buddies, something like this. So they provide a Russian person for foreigners to help at the very beginning, especially when you arrive, you are lost, if you don't know the language, also to help with the bureaucracy. And starting with this, I have this help, and then with friends I met in the dorm, colleagues from my master, and so people was very kind and helpful, so I was lucky in this sense.
And now you are going to become the one on whom mentees are going to rely. Are you ready for that role?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope I can help the mentees the best I can, and hopefully they will manage to fulfill all their aims and goals.
And what do you think parts of your personality will help you to be the best mentor ever?
I'm not sure if the best mentor, but I don't know. First of all, I have the willingness, because I've been already in this process of being abroad, more specifically on research career, of building it, all the problems in these stages when you are looking for a PhD or preparing submissions of articles and so on. And if the mentees are more oriented on this track, mostly my previous experience can be the main thing that I can provide to them, helping guiding all these steps.
And what would be the best result of this program for you?
That would depend on the mentees' goals, but to get them to find the opportunities that they are looking for. So help them submit an article successfully to a good journal, or to find a PhD program that suits them and is something that they are really interested in, like try to get their goals in the highest standard as possible.
And imagine that one of your mentees is watching this video now, and you can tell them whatever you want. This is your opportunity.
So, well, I'm here to try to help you to the best of my possibilities. So if you decide to count on me, I will do my best to help you with all your needs.